Hello, and welcome to the lesson entitled Price Your Book to Sell. In this lesson, we're going to look at Amazon ebook pricing. You could consider this an author's introduction to the business of self-publishing books. The KDP field that we'll be filling in is this one here. And what I'm going to try and convince you through this lesson is that you should set your royalty to 70%, the highest possible, and set your price to $2.99, the sweet spot. But let's begin with a rather rambling journey. But trust me, we're going to end up back to price and explaining it to you. But now I want to talk about word count and traditional book length. The most meaningful measure of your writing output is word count, and about 250 words equals one page. There are industry standard lengths for various traditional forms of writing. For instance, a long novel is 100K words, or about 400 pages. Once you get beyond that, you're writing a long novel. A standard novel, 90K. Short novels, 65K. Novella, 35K. A technical guide gets down to about 20K, and a short story, 5K. Now remember, that readers think in pages, but writers think in words. You might want to come back and refer to this slide so that you can memorize some of the links in this table. Now let's look at book length in the electronic age. These numbers I just provided to you are useful reference points, and readers are familiar with these traditional lengths. However, many of these lengths were imposed by print publication requirements that no longer apply in an electronic age. My point? Write any length you'd like in ebook format, but try not to stray too far from the traditional expectations of your readers. Now, I want to talk about word count and how to measure it. Microsoft Word locates word count in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, right after the page count. It shows you the number of words that are in the document. If you make a selection, it will show you the number of words in the text that you selected. Now let's talk about writing speed and duration. An easily attainable personal daily output goal for me is an average of 1,000 words per day. I might write 500 words on some days. I might write 2,000 words on others, but I average about 1,000 words a day when I'm writing. That would mean that a long novel would take about 100 days, a standard novel 80, short novels 65, a novella about a month, a technical guide 20 days, and a short story 5. I write and revise at a rate of 500 words per hour, or about 2 hours per day, and it's primarily because of this waterfall effect that I usually edit as I write. So my first draft looks very clean, but it makes me write a little slower. Probably not a strategy you want to adopt. Now, what you should do is determine your own writing pace. To determine your writing pace, write for an hour. Note in Word your word count before you start writing, and note it after. Then just subtract the before from the after to get your word count per hour. Determine your daily writing commitment. For example, I'm willing to write 2 hours per day. In this example, that would mean 1,084 words per day. Then you determine the number of days required to produce the work in your chosen genre. Let's say we're going to write a short novel of 65,000 words. Divided by 1,084 is 60 days, or 2 months. Now let's talk about Amazon ebook royalties. Amazon awards a 70% royalty to any author who will follow these two rules. Price your ebook from $2.99 to $9.99 and offer your book for no less through a competitor. Otherwise, Amazon defaults to a 35% royalty, producing half the revenue for you. Amazon only offers a 35% royalty for certain countries if you're not in the Select program. And the minimum price you can set for a book is 99 cents. Now let's see what we can do with all of those numbers. Amazon ebook prices. There are 3 important Amazon ebook price points. 99 cents is the lowest price that you can set for a book. And it's actually, with the way that Amazon is treating free these days, it's become the new free. But notice that you only get 35%, so on a 99-cent book, you get 35 cents. $2.99 is the minimum price at which you can get 70%. It's the sweet spot. At $2.99, you make $2.09 per book. And then, of course, $19.99 is the highest you can set, and I've never even come close. I don't recommend you do. Notice that at $2.98, you make $1.04, whereas at $2.99, 1 cent higher, you make twice as much, or $2.09. That's the sweet spot, $2.09, where the revenue jumps. Other prices I use? 3-book bundles. I often price them at $5.99, which will net you $4.19. And the latest release, I usually charge $3.99 for that. Charge a premium for the latest in a series. Now let's look at the sweet spot graphically. Here you can see the chart rising slowly from 0 to 99 cents, where you get 35 cents, to 70 cents for $1.99, on up, and then once you hit $2.99, you jump to $2.09 revenue. That's the sweet spot, the green line here. You want to work hard to price your book at $2.99. Now, why not set your price higher? After all, you keep getting 70% right up until $9.99. Why not increase your price beyond $2.99, all the way up to $9.99 to generate more revenue? In a word, competition. You want to set your price at the minimum that will receive a 70% royalty. Take a look at the books that are popular in your genre. You're going to see that a lot of them are priced at $2.99 or even 99 cents. Price is the first item under your control in which you're able to compete with your competition. Now, let's look at a sample publishing strategy. Let's say I write short books, 50 to 65,000 words or 50 to 65 days. And I write a series of books. I always recommend you write short and write in a series. I would charge 99 cents for the first book. That's the lead magnet. $2.99 for subsequent books. That's my meat and potatoes. $5.99 for 3-book bundles. Books 2 through 4, 5 through 7, and so on. You want to prove to your readers that there's economy and commitment. And then finally, charge $3.99 for the most recent book. Charge a premium for the new stuff. And that would produce something that would look like this, where your first book is 99 cents. You're only going to make 35 cents per sale. 2 through 4 are $2.99, and the latest book is $3.99. Notice that I bundled books 2 through 4 into a bundle for $5.99. Now let's look at the waterfall self-publishing process. After all, the phases in publishing each book overlap. Given a 60,000-word book, I might take 2 days for outlining, 60 for writing and revision, and 3 days for editing. And then I have 7 days for a copy editor and 1 to publish. But notice, those last 2 are not necessarily involving me full-time. So they overlap with another 2 days to outline, and I just keep cascading and releasing books. Notice that I need to include research time in here. I usually don't do a lot of research for my books, so I don't include it, but you may in your calculations. So I can repeat this process every 66 days. Given 365 days a year, that means that I can produce 5.5 books per year. Let's look at what a waterfall might look like. After 2 months of writing, we release our first book in March for $2.99. 2 months later, we release our second book, which we charge for $2.99 for, and we change our first book to 99 cents as a lead magnet. In July, out comes our third book. It jumps to $3.99. The same in September, we add another $3.99 book, and finally in November, we have a 99-cent lead magnet, our $2.99 meat and potatoes, $3.99 for the latest book, and we produced a bundle of books 2 through 4 for $5.99. I recommend that you determine your own publishing rate, and here's how you do it. You add all the factors that you personally work on. For instance, outlining 2 days, research 2 days, and then I write for 60 days and I self-edit for 10 days, and I publish for 1 day. That means that it's going to take 75 days to turn around to produce a book. You can release a book every 2.5 months for almost 5 books a year. Now, I want to take a look at some publishing strategies. Here's one called the serial publishing strategy. It was used by Dickens. It's been used by Stephen King in modern days. And I've seen some publishers make a lot of money with it. What you do is you publish a 10 to 20K word chapter in a continuing saga once every month, and you charge 99 cents for it. Once you have 6 months accumulated, you release it as a bundle for $2.99. And it looks something like this. Books 1 through 6, 99 cents, with a bundle that's $2.99. I've seen people use this strategy a lot to make money. Next, let's look at the technical guide publishing strategy. Most technical guides sell for 99 cents. Although, if you become a popular guide, I've seen them go $2.99, $3.99, all the way up to $6.99. What you can do is you can bundle technical guides, your cheaper ones, to get to that $2.99 sweet spot. Use cheaper, shorter guides as lead generators for your more expensive works. Now, I want to talk about how much money matters. For instance, if you sell 100 books at 35 cents a pop, that means $35. Now notice, if you jump the price to $2.99 instead of 99 cents, suddenly you're making $209 for 100 books sold. Another way to look at it is, how many books do you have to sell to make it to $1,000? Well, at 99 cents, you need to sell 2,857. That drops to 478 if you charge $2.99. Okay, I know you've been dying to ask this, so I'm going to tell you. My best book sales month for a single book I published is Moving Violation, March 2011. I charged $3.99 for the book, which at 70% royalty is $2.79 per book, and I sold 3,005 copies for $8,384. So you can make money using this pricing strategy. Now, what I recommend you do, choose an appropriate word count for your project. Choose something as short as possible, but long enough to charge $2.99. Publish a book approximately every 2 months for 5 to 6 books a year. You should be able to publish a serial chapter or technical guide every month. Pick a publishing strategy that applies to your situation and charge $2.99. Here it is. Here's the field that you're going to be filling out in KDP. Set it to 70%, set it to $2.99, unless it's a lead magnet or a bundle or the latest release. And that's about all that I have to say on that topic.